All right, welcome. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. This is the first time we're having a live session in 2026. So, welcome. It's very good to have you here. I'm glad you crossed over. You crossed over safe, and I'm sure you're raring to go this new year. You have all your plans lined out, you have all your ambitions, you've drawn your new year resolutions and everything you want to achieve this year. That's beautiful. That's wonderful, and I salute you for that. It's always good to have an agenda to work towards. It's good to have a plan, to have something ahead of you or things ahead of you that you're trying to achieve. But one thing I will say before I even go into the main thing I have for today, I still don't understand why people feel the need to wait till a new year before they try to change things in their life. I mean, some people, in fact, most of us, we realize during the year that the path we are on is not the path we should be going. The things we are doing are not the things we should be doing. We realize that maybe our friends are not the right people to be with. Maybe our the business we are doing is the wrong business. The skill we are learning, the skill we are pursuing is not the right fit for us. The place we are working is not it's not a good place for us to work. We realize these things during the year, but why is it that we always wait till the beginning of a new year to start talking about making changes, to start talking about new year, new me, new year, new year resolutions, yeah, new year, new changes, and all of that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. The moment you realize you're doing something wrong, the moment you realize you're going in the wrong direction, the moment you realize something in your life needs changing, that's the time you should change it. All right, there's no point waiting for a new year. There's no doing everything till the start of another year to now begin to make those changes, make those adjustments you could have made since. It's just a waste of valuable time if you ask me. All right. So either way, welcome. If you've resolved to make changes, I hope you follow through with them. All right. Deciding to make change is not the important thing. What is important is sticking to your decision, making that change, and implementing, following through. Come what may. When it gets difficult, you stick to that resolution to make that change until you see the after effects. All right. Now, this is Conversation with the Oracle, and this is episode 13. Episode 13 of Conversation with the Oracle. I do this regularly to just come here and share some things with you, you know, talk about a few things and teach on things that I believe will be helpful to you. So this is the 13th episode. We've done this 12 times already, and it has been very helpful to people. And in this 13th episode, we are looking at 5 powerful keys that will help you win big in 2026 and beyond. 5 powerful keys that will help you win big. And these keys will work for you. These principles will work for you, whether you're online or you're offline, you are in the tech field, you are in design, you're in hospitality, whatever field you find yourself, whatever you're doing. These are time honored principles, time honored keys that are not industry specific. They are not dependent on any field. So they work across all fields and they will help you get better results. They will help you move faster. They will help you scale better in 2026 and beyond. All right. So if you follow through this session, you listen carefully, you pay attention, you note down what I'll be sharing here. And I bet you what I'm sharing here may not be so new. It may not be cutting edge. It may not be, but I've noticed that it is the common things that we tend to neglect. And it is in these common things that change you're looking for, that breakthrough you're looking for, you know, result you are looking for lies. We're always looking for the shiny objects. We're always looking for, you know, exotic ideas. But the simple things, the basic things, we overlook them. And that's why so many of us keep running on repeat, keep struggling and struggling and struggling with seemingly no results. So I'm bringing these simple things back to your attention. I'm bringing these simple things back to you to remind you of them and also to point out how you can use them to scale big, to win big this year 2026 and even beyond. All right. So if you're ready with me, we'll jump into the five of them quickly. This is supposed to be 30 minutes session. I don't want it to stay too long more than that. All right. So let's look at these five keys. But what I would say, if you're here, the whether you're watching the main video, that's whether you're watching me live now or you're watching the replay later, please engage with this session. All right. So I want you to comment with your name and where you're watching from. All right. So what's your name and where are you watching the session from? I want you to do that. Then like this video, okay, as we go on. If you find it helpful, please don't forget to drop a like on it and also drop your thoughts in the comment. At each point, let me know what you're learning. Let me know if it's making sense to you and if and how you're going to apply it. All right. And finally, share this video with others. All right. So you have people on your WhatsApp, your contacts, your audience. You have people on Facebook that this video will help. This session will bless. So copy the link of this video and go and share it with them. All right. Go copy, put it on your WhatsApp, put it on your Facebook, everywhere, so that they can also learn. They can also click the link, come watch this and learn as well. All right. So with that, let's get started. The first thing, the first key, the first principle that will help you win big, scale faster in 2026 and beyond is confidence or courage. All of them are CCC. So I was trying to go for alliteration, but um, beyond the rhyming factor, they are all very essential keys. Now, courage or confidence is the first thing I want to talk about. And I believe this is where it all starts. You will never make any meaningful progress if you are being dominated by fear. If you have no confidence in yourself, in your ability, in what you can do, then I bet you will remain where you are. You will not make any forward progress. In fact, you will begin to deteriorate because whatever you're doing starts from a place of believing in yourself, believing that you can do it, and that's confidence, self-confidence. Believing that you can do it, and that's what pushes you to take that first step, pushes you to try your hand at this thing or at that thing. And you cannot win without trying. It's just impossible. You can't make any progress, you can't scale, you can't climb any height without trying. And what will push you to try in the first place is courage or confidence. Believing in yourself, believing that you have what it takes to make this thing work. You have what it takes to get this job, to win this client, to learn this skill, to start this business and to scale this business. That is the starting point. So courage or confidence is very, very important if you're going to win big. And this doesn't matter if you're online or you're offline. All right. Many of us, we have ideas, we have visions, we have plans. Some of us even believe that God has told us to do something. But till today, what have you done about that vision or that idea? Nothing. Why is that? You lack courage. You are still being intimidated by fear. You're worrying about what if it doesn't work out? What if this one happens? What will they say? What will they do? Will people listen to me? Will people come around? Will people watch my videos? Will people read my books? You allow these negative questions, negative thoughts, keep you down. And because of that, you don't start that channel. You don't write that book. you don't begin that business, you don't take that step, and you remain in one place perpetually. So you must develop this courage. You must, the Bible even says the righteous is as bold as a lion. You see, a lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle. The lion is not even the fastest animal, but is the most fearless, is the most courageous. All right, the lion takes on animals two times, three times its size, and it brings it down because it's fearless. It doesn't know what is called fear. It has no "I cannot do it" mentality. All right, that is the mindset you must have. That is the mindset you must have. There should be no "I cannot do it." All right, in your mind, believe in yourself. Believe. See, God has invested a lot in you. God has put a lot of potential, a lot of talent, a lot of abilities in you. But if you do not develop any confidence in yourself, then you will never do anything with those abilities. So the first step, you want to win big in anything, you want to scale your business, you want to start getting high paying clients, you want to start that foundation, that vision, you want to start moving in that direction. The first step is to gather courage, kill fear. All right. Remind yourself that people who are doing these things do not have two heads. They don't have two heads. In fact, some people who are doing it are not even as good as you. They don't have your level of skill. They don't have your level of education. They don't have your natural ability. But what they have that you don't have is courage. They are not afraid of what people will say. They are not afraid of the outcome. You are worrying about the outcome when you've not even started. That's the wrong priority. That's the wrong order. When you start, you can start thinking far. But why will you be thinking about the end when you've not even begun the beginning? You've not even taken one step. You're worrying about the 1,000 step. That's the wrong precedence. So develop this courage, develop confidence. And one thing that will help you develop confidence, as I always said it, understand that you are able, you are capable. All right. You have, I believe everybody has natural endowments. Every single person has something that God has put in him or her to help them prosper, to help them, dominate, to help them soar in life. You are not useless. Forget what anybody is telling you. You have potential. All right. So the first step to even discovering that potential is believing in yourself, believing that you have this potential, believing that you can do this, you can do that, you can make things happen. Then another thing that will help you develop courage to take that action, another thing that will help you kill fear is to always ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen if you do this? You see, most times we are afraid of nothing. We are afraid of what people will say. Okay, what is the worst that will happen if people say what they want to say? What is the worst that can happen? Sometimes when you sit down and ask yourself these questions, it helps you put your fear in perspective. You will see that some of the things you're afraid of are not even worth being afraid of. Okay, people talk and what? In 2 days they are forgotten. Is that why you should not try? Is that why you should not make an effort to make something better of yourself? Is that why you should not take the step to change your situation? Is that why you should not, live where you are and expand yourself? What is the worst that can happen? That will that thing kill you? If you try it, okay, you keep asking yourself, what if it doesn't work? Even if it doesn't work, will it kill you? No. Most times it will not. All right. Will it physically harm you? No. So when you ask yourself this question, it helps you put your fears in perspective. And many times you see that your fears are not worth it. All right. So please, this year, kill fear, intimidate your fear. Every spirit of trepidation, every God has not given us the spirit of fear. All right. If you're a believer, be a believer. Just don't be a church goer for going sake. Believe that church you're going to, that Christian you say you are, leave it out. God has not given us the spirit of fear. So why are you dying in fear? Why are you drowning in fear? Be of be of good courage. Be strong and of good courage. All right, believe in yourself, believe in your maker, believe that you can do it. People who are doing it don't have two heads. Even if you don't get it right the first time, you can try again. Nothing ends the first time. You start that business, it doesn't work. You make losses, you learn your lesson, you try again. If you don't believe in yourself, why would people believe in you? If you don't believe in yourself, why would people believe in you? It all starts with you. All right, so I believe I've made this point clear enough. He that has ear will hear. Okay, it's not how long you speak for, it is whether the person is willing to even listen. So please, the first step, if you want to win big, you want to do more this year, all right, if even if you miss going to the market to buy curry, you go and buy. Kill. See this, I'm shy, it will not help you. Even if you're an introvert, eh, push yourself out there. Now you don't have to be extroverted to take that step. I know introverts who are doing well. All you need is when it's time for you to make that video, write that book, put out that business plan, apply for that job. Push yourself to do it. Once you've done it, you can recoil back into your shell. You don't have to be an extrovert that is in the public eye all the time. When it's necessary for you to be out there, you push yourself out there. And well, after that, you can go back. But don't remain in your shell perpetually because you are shy or you're afraid. That is not how it's done. All right. All right. So sorry about that. Secondly, the second thing you must have is competence. There is something. There's a pidgin proverb that says, "If you didn't day, you didn't day." It's a funny adage, but it's very true. You see, you can't fake competence. What you do not know or what you don't have it. What you don't know, you don't know it. What you don't have, you don't have. You can't fake competence. All right. Fake it till you make it talks about confidence, not competence. You can fake confidence, but you can't fake competence because when it will the time will be set for you to show what you know or do what you say you know how to do, there will be no way for you to hide. So if you want to win big in 2026, you want to scale, you want to do more in 2026, grow your competence. All right, you cannot be skillless. I will not say you are valueless because you have value. I've already stated that you have potential, you have gifts. But you see, the gift that God gives to everyone is raw. It's like crude oil. All right, it is raw in its natural state. You must refine it before it will be of value to anybody. Before it will be useful to anybody, you must refine it. That gift must go through training, must go through the fire, must go through refining. All right. So you must grow your competence, become very good at what you do. You want to win in 2026, you want to scale, you want to do better. Become very, very good. Become better at what you do. If you were good last year, become better this year. So keep improving in your knowledge, keep improving in your expertise. All right. Knowledge is never stagnant. I don't think there's any field that remains the same year after year after year. There are always improvements. There are always advancements in knowledge, in ideas. All right. So what you knew 4 years ago that was cutting edge, by now it may have been obsolete. You need to keep updating yourself. All right. So you want to keep winning big. You want to keep growing 2026 and beyond. Grow your competence. All right. Keep learning more. And as you learn more, keep practicing more. Keep gaining more experience. All right. keep widening your horizons. Take more classes, read more books, gain more, you know, experience both by doing and by being with people who have done. I believe there are two ways to gain experience. The best way is by doing it by yourself. All right. You gain experience firsthand when you do something by yourself, when you take that step by yourself. The second way is vicariously. You can also gain experience from those who have done it. That's where mentorship is very important. All right. It helps you learn from what others have done, learn from their mistake, learn from their successes, learn from their failures, and learn from the things they did well. All right. But you must keep growing your competence. You cannot remain at the same level and expect to keep climbing. Others will overtake you. Others will overtake you. If you were a writer 5 years ago, a very good writer, you may have felt safe. You may have felt you're at the top of your game. But right now, if you are a writer that does not know how to use AI, for instance, I bet you are already becoming old school. You're already becoming out of date. If you are a content creator that doesn't know how to incorporate AI and AI tools into your contents, then my brother, my sister, you are old school. You are antique. You are a dinosaur, or you're becoming a dinosaur. All right. So you must keep upgrading. See, many of us, when new things come out, our natural reaction is to fight it. When new ideas, new skills, new technology comes out, our natural idea, our natural inclination is to fight it. But you must change. Embrace innovation. While others are kicking against it, begin to think, begin to look for how can I benefit from this? How can I take advantage of this? Because every change brings opportunity, and every change also brings disadvantage. Every change will help some people and will also hurt some people. So don't be among those that it will hurt. And those that change will hurt are those that don't adapt, those that don't upgrade. All right. So do not be left behind. Upgrade your competence, learn more. You are a fashion designer, become styles are changing every day. You can't still be sewing ancient and modern and you say you want to scale. No, you must keep evolving. All right. Keep moving with the style, with the trend. Of course, fashion is a trending line. All right. So you must keep upgrading. You're a photographer, you are a graphic designer, you're a video editor, you're a copywriter, you must continue. Whatever you are, you're a mechanic, you cannot still be working on 2002 vehicles right now. All right. Engines have changed. Engines have changed. If you're a laptop repair guy, computer systems now are becoming something else. Computer systems, back then we only knew of CPU. Now we have CPU, we have GPU, we have NPU, we have TPU in one system. So imagine that you learned using only CPU or knowing that a system has just the central processing unit. All right. Now you're talking of graphic processing unit, neural processing unit, and others. And you say you're a laptop engineer or you're a computer engineer, you don't know these things. You will become irrelevant. All right. So sorry. I hope that you're learning. I know you know this. Yes. But are you working with it? I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to you. That's why you must always keep scaling. Read books, buy courses. All right. I will never be against buying courses. I will only be against the kind of course you buy. Many people buy courses they don't need. They just buy courses because they say buy courses. No. Before you buy a course or you buy a book, you should know. In fact, your primary focus should be the person who has this course. What is their track record? Are they somebody that you can learn from? All right. It's not even necessarily do they have the knowledge, but can you learn from them? That's what you should be looking out for. So competence, grow your competence. Number two, if you want to win big, you want to keep scaling, keep getting better at what you do. Keep being the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. All right, I believe that is quite explanatory. All right, um, so that's that. Please um, remember to subscribe to the channel, to this channel, and turn on our notifications so that you don't miss any of our content. If you're watching this live or replay, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, and also um, turn on our notifications so that if whenever we have any new video, whenever we have any new content up on the channel, you won't miss it. All right, so that being said, let's continue. Now if you're getting value, please, I want to know what you are learning so far. Have you been blessed so far? Have you learned something, useful, something that you will work with, something that can help you? Just put it down in the comments. Let me know exactly what it is you've learned, and more importantly, how you're going to start implementing it. Okay, so while you do that, I'll keep going so we don't spend more time than we have to. Number three is character. I put this in the middle because I believe character is the foundation. All right, confidence is the wall, competence is the roof of your building, character is the foundation. All right, confidence is the wall because it holds up the building. Competence is the roof. Competence is what protects you from the elements, protects you from competition, protects you from market forces, from the laws of economics, laws of demand and supply, from price hike and price fall. But character is the root, is the roof, sorry, is the foundation of your building. If the foundation is not there, if the foundation is destroyed, what can even the righteous do? See, if you don't have character, you will not go anywhere. If you don't have character, even no matter how competent you are, you will continually struggle in your field. Nobody likes to work with a rude person. Nobody likes to work with someone who is habitually late. Nobody wants to work with someone who is lazy, no matter how good that person is. All right. Nobody wants to work with someone who does not keep to deadlines. Nobody wants to work with someone who does not have integrity. Okay, this person is a fantastic fashion designer. He will sew the cloth in a way that will be so lovely, but it will take him 6 months. If you and him agree to get the cloth in 1 month, just know it will take 6 months. Would you take your cloth to that kind of person, no matter how good they are? He's a wonderful photographer. He knows his job. He's so good. His pictures are crisp. They are beautiful. They are clear. But he's very lazy. If you hire him to cover your event, in fact, you'll be begging him to take pictures. He will take some and just sit down. Sometimes you don't know if he's a guest or if he's there to work. Would you hire that kind of person for your job? I want you to answer this question by yourself. All right, would you hire that kind of person for your job? Or no, this person, this person is a brilliant marketer. They are very good with what they do. If you hire them, they will sell your product for you. But then they are very rude. They are very insultive. In fact, you will fight more with them, with the person you hire to work for you, than even with anybody else. Anything you try to suggest, they will take it as an affront. Anything you try to tell them will result in a shouting match, will result in banding insults back and front. Now, would you hire that kind of person? Character is the root of everything. See, if you have a good character and you are competent, the sky is your limit. But if you are competent and your character is bad, you will just be taking 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. It will be like you can fly. You have that potential to go far, but there's an anchor holding you down. So you will just be moving in circles. You'll be going like a pendulum. You go forward and come back because that character will keep telling bad of you. Even when people want to recommend you, oh, that guy is so close to, but in the delay. That's not a good recommendation. Oh. At best, is a half good recommendation. Ah, that woman, she sabi makeup. Oh. Ah, no, but her mouth bad. That is not a good recommendation. So please, you want to go far, work on your character. Work on your character. Know how to relate with people. Develop people skills. Some of you are so bad in relating with people and you want to be in business. Like, how does it work? You want to scale your skill. Your skill has to be sold to people for you to earn from it. Your business has to be patronized by people for you to earn from it. So, in fact, I think apart from showbiz, maybe like entertainers, musicians to be exact, I don't see any other industry or any other field where bad character is, should I say, celebrated or encouraged. I mean, musicians get away with it because they cultivate this bad boy, bad girl, persona. And so we expect them to be rude. In fact, most times, if you see a musician who is well behaved, it seems out of place. We expect them to be rude. We expect them to be saucy. We expect, you know, the females to be mostly always half naked, dressed provocatively. We expect the guys to be doing something, smoking or just being bad, so to say. All right. So because of that image, all musicians want to be like that. But apart from that, I don't think there's any other industry where it works. Let's say you're an air hostess. No matter how good you are as an air hostess, if passengers are always complaining about your character, about how you talk to them, how you relate with them, eventually the airline will let you go. You see, the truth is, competence can always be replaced. Competence can always be replaced. If you are good, you're good at what you do, but you are bad at being you. You have a bad character. It is most times easier to hire somebody else and train the person than to keep you, because you will keep costing your company, you keep costing them clients, costing them business, costing them income. It is most times cheaper for the company to hire someone else and train the person to take over from you. So please, as you grow your competence, work on your character. Being saucy, being lazy, being rude is not is not something to be proud of. It's not something to celebrate. It is not. Being quick to anger, being headstrong is not something to be proud of. I know the hear word is not a good, it's not a recommendation. It's a sensible person they hear word. A sensible person. If you know the hear word, it either means you are deaf or you are just stubborn or stupid. One of them. Because how can you know the hear word? Meaning both the good and the bad, you know the hear. Once you make up your mind, you've made up your mind. That's not a sensible way to live and to do business. So please, your character is very important. Whatever you need to do, if you need to read books, so if you need to go back home, let your mom train you properly. Go back home. If you need prayers, go, let them pray for you. If you need deliverance, go, let them flog that evil spirit out of your body. But you need to get rid of that rubbish character. Because I tell people, your work cannot speak louder than your clients. Your work cannot speak louder. Some people say, na lie, if I sew that cloth well, the cloth will be talking for me. Na lie, yo. It's a lie. Your work cannot speak louder than your client because they will still ask the person wearing the cloth, Alpha oh boy, where you sew this cloth? And the person will say, omo, this tailor, I'm not going to recommend that for you. In the social, but guy, I nearly fight before I collect this cloth. In the sew, but two cloths wey I don give am, the cloth go police station. This very thing, in fact, it's like, I don't know why I'm just using tailors, but I think they're the ones that do this a lot. There's a guy I used to sew clothes with, very good tailor, but he always disappoints. In fact, if you were better, that you're a betting man, and if you bet that he will always disappoint, you will cash out every time. Even if you give him 6 months, he will still disappoint. For one reason or the other, that cloth will not be ready. You could bet anything on it. So at the point, I just had to leave him. Not because he doesn't know how to sew, but because of that nasty character. So please learn how to deliver on time. Learn how to relate with people. Learn how to talk. Learn how to behave. All right. Quit being lazy, especially if you're working for people. People are paying you on the clock, paying you for your time, and you're wasting that time. All these habits, all this character is wrong, and it will not allow you truly soar. It will not allow you reach heights that you should reach. Okay, it's like a shackle around your feet. So please, even if some of you, once you get a new customer, you're very nice, but once maybe along the line you see that this person maybe is not going to buy from you or cannot pay what you're offering, you become so rude, so insultive, you just dismiss the person. That's not how things are done. No, many of you do business for only today. You forget that hey, referrals are the surest way, or the most certain way to get sure business. If somebody refers you, that person that is coming based on referral already has a level of trust in you. Why? Because somebody he knows has spoken well of you. He already has a level of trust. Most of you here know that I am a publisher. I publish books for writers. And in recent years, one of the biggest contracts I have done, one of the biggest publishing contracts I have done that ran into millions, was from a referral by someone who I least expected. And why do I say I least expected? Because when the person came, we initially, the plan was we work on their book, edit it, design it, and print for the person. But after editing and designing, the person declined to print with us. Along the way, he just changed his mind and said our price was too high or something, and he can find somewhere he would do it cheaper. Most people at this point would lose it. They will become, mad at the client. So you know where it can be cheaper. You came here in the first place. But I didn't do that. All right. Even though I was disappointed because this was already like, when you laid out how this business is supposed to go, and then there's a hiccup along the road. I was disappointed, quite all right. But if he said it's not printing with us, it's not printing with us. And at the end of the day, we finished the book. We still did the book, edited it very well, designed it. Even when he was to launch the book, I still wrote a was it what they call it? I think a recommendation for the book. A book that he left us to print somewhere else. I still wrote a recommendation for the book. Yes, a forward. That's what it's called. I still wrote a forward for the book. All right. And so most later, I just got a call from somebody that, are you Pendulum? I said yes. He said he wants to print his books. He wants to work on his book and print them. And when he called the number of copies, I was pleasantly surprised because that meant money, lots of money. But what shocked me most was when he mentioned the person that recommended him. And he said the man told him something that I am a good person to work with. That was what stuck with me. The man said I am a good person to work with. Somebody that did not work with me to the end, though. Somebody that stopped along the way and backed out, still told other people that I'm a good person to work with. And this person went on to do his entire book from editing to printing with us, launched it successfully, a very, huge success. All right. So please learn how to relate with people, work on your character. That is how I am. It's rubbish. It's an excuse that you don't need to keep hiding behind. That's just how I am. Now so I be. Now lie you. Now lie. Maybe so you be. You can change. You can change. Tell yourself, I'm telling you today, you can change. You can change. Number four, you want to grow big. You want to excel in 2026 and beyond. Don't forget that two are better than one. Five are better than two. 10 is better than five. 50 is better than 10. The power of community, connections are underrated. There's a reason that they say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. Because when you go with people, you have people who will encourage you when you're weak. You have people who will hold you up when you're falling. You will have people who will, you know, uh, uh, um, give you advice, give you direction when you are straying. If you go alone, you will go fast, but you will get tired. You will stop. You will be distracted. You will give up, and nobody will be there to encourage you. So never ignore community. Don't be a lone wolf. In fact, I don't even know the origin of this statement because wolves are known for not being alone. So where does lone wolf come from? Like it doesn't make sense. Wolves are always in packs. Okay, maybe because a lone wolf is a rarity. Okay, it's not common. So being a lone wolf is like a big deal. I think maybe that's the origin of the statement, all right? But we're not doing English here. My point is don't keep trying to do everything on your own. Learn to connect with others. Understand and tap into the power of community. If you're a writer, find other writers. All right? Iron sharpens iron. When you're in a community of other writers, you share stories, both success story, both failure stories. You encourage each other, you learn from each other, you help each other stand, you share opportunities. Community encourages shared growth. Community encourages, uh, uh, um, it helps you combat that how do I put it? It ensures that you're not alone. That's just the point. All right. So can you make it on your own? Yes, but it's less likely than if you have a community or if you're in a community. When you have a community, you have more people to celebrate your wins. You have more people to share your wins with. All right. The essence of life is connection. All right. So make friends along the way and go with your friends. Build relationships and service those relationships. Most of us build relationship just to take advantage of them. We build relationship with a selfish mindset. You build relationship based on what you can gain from that person. Not even what you can give, or not it's not even a mutual relationship, because that is okay. You just what can this person do for you? That's all you are concerned with. That's a wrong attitude. That's an attitude of someone who will always be alone, no matter how many people he has around him. And that's not what I'm talking about. That's why I said I didn't just put community, I said connection. Learn to connect with people, make true friends, offline, online, wherever you are, whatever industry. Find like minds and connect. It's not just being in the same group, it's not just having their contact. And this is a big deal for me because this is one thing I feel at a lot. I think that's even why it's here. But as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. All right. I believe whenever you teach, I tell people, you are your first student. Whatever you're teaching others, you are teaching yourself first. All right. So community is not just about having people's contacts. It's not about having 500 contacts, 1,000 contacts. How many of them can you call and they won't be surprised? Uh-uh. Is everything okay? How many of them will even recognize your number? How many of them do you have a connection with? How many of them do you actually know? Not how many of them are your acquaintances, how many of them do you know? So if you want to win big, you want to scale, you want to run faster, do not ignore the power of community. All right, do not be alone. Do not be alone. All right. Even the Bible says, if one lie alone, how would he be warm? Warmth comes when you are more than one, when you're two, when you're three, when you're four, when you're 10. You have protection, you have warmth, you have, you know, you have compound interest. Your abilities are compounded, your strengths are compounded, your weaknesses are covered, because where one person is weak, another person is strong there. Where another person is weak, another person is strong there. So your individual weaknesses are covered, are diminished, and your strengths are, exacerbated. They are amplified. So form through connections on your way. Form through connections, people that can, encourage you when the chips are down. People that can even pray for you, sometimes even without you asking. People who truly care about you. Don't joke with that. Don't joke with community. If you ask many people who have made it, their secret, they will always mention having a close knit community. John Maxwell calls his own an inner circle. Maybe I should have used circle here. In an inner circle, a close knit group of friends whom he holds tight, people who he can call at any time and they will answer, people who bears each other's burdens, people who care and look after each other. Have your own community. The number doesn't matter. It could be 3, it could be 300. The point is, let there be a close knit bond. David had more than 400 people in the cave of Adullam, and the Bible said all of them were better for having stayed with David. If David was alone at that time when Saul was chasing him, David would not have made it to become king of Israel. David would not have scaled from being a shepherd boy to being a king. But those people, his community, his circle, helped him. Finally, I hammer on this a lot. I don't think I'll talk about any. I have any session without talking about consistency. You see, sometimes results come just from consistency. Although I will not advise you to work with a blunt instrument, but even if you use a blunt instrument consistently, it will eventually cut that thing you are cutting. Even if you use a blunt knife consistently, it will eventually cut whatever it is you're trying to cut. So I beg you, don't be the type of person that jumps from here to here to here to here every month. There was a picture I saw, all these memes, and the man had a lot of apples in his front. Apples that had been eaten, little bite here, little bite here, little bite here, little bite here, little bite here. Lots of apples. And the caption on that says, you and different courses in your Google Drive. You and different courses in your Google Drive. I can say you and different skills. You and different businesses. You buy it here, you leave it. You buy this one, you leave it. You buy this one, you leave it. You buy this one, you leave it. No. Pick one and be consistent in it. Pick one and double down on it. You want to scale. Pick one and continue to hammer at it. All right. I tell people there is nowhere where you won't find people who are successful. There is no business that doesn't have successful people. There is no skill that people are not making it in. So pick one that aligns with your personality, pick one that aligns with your talent, your gift, pick one that aligns with where you want to go, where you see yourself, and stick to it. You did not expect it to be easy. You didn't expect that you will start today and tomorrow you've made it. If it was that easy, everybody would have made it. All right. Most times you have to go through the wilderness before you get to the promised land. So stick to it. Stick to it. Consistency is what brings about, or is one of the things that brings about results. Consistency, perseverance. You keep going. You keep trying. You refuse to give up. You refuse to give in to discouragement, to disappointment, to setbacks. You say we die here. That's consistency. And I should note that consistency doesn't mean you keep doing the same thing the same way. No. Consistency means you have the same goal, but you can change your approach. All right. Consistency has an element of flexibility in it. So if you keep doing the same thing the same way 1,000 times, you will get the same result. And Albert Einstein, right, said that definition of stupidity of insanity. I think is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But consistency means you stick to the same goal, you can alter your approach. A very good example was Thomas Edison, who was said to have invented the light bulb after hundreds of attempts. Now, his goal was inventing a light bulb, and he stuck to that goal. But I believe he was not doing the same thing time after time after time after time after time. No, that would have been sheer stupidity. He was tweaking things, changing his approach, changing his apparatus, changing his materials, changing his um, um, equipment, changing the instrument he was using, changing the parts, changing even tweaking his theory until he got the result. So consistency doesn't mean you just close your eye and foolishly keep doing the same thing that has not been working. You do the same thing the same way over and over and over and over. That's not consistency. Oh. That's mumustency. That's foolishness. That's just you being foolhardy. Consistency means this is where I'm going, but the door is locked. How do I get there? How do I go around this door? Or how do I go through this door? It's not just banging your head on the door. Consistency means, can I get something to break down this door? Or is there another door I can take? Is there maybe a window I can pass through? Can I go over or can I go under the door? The goal is to go out, but you don't just stay and keep banging on the door for hours. Nothing will happen. All right. You find alternative ways to reach your goal. So remember, I said be consistent. Pick one thing and stick with it. Pick one thing. Maybe the reason you're not seeing result is just this. You don't stay enough. You have no staying power. Before you even finish learning one thing, you hear that another one is making people money and you jump to that one. And before you finish learning that one, you jump to another one. How are you going to grow like that? How are you going to grow like that? Just sit down and sincerely ask yourself, how are you going to grow like that? So you need to remain consistent. If you picked a place that you know this suits you well, and you have seen people make it in that field, so you have evidence, you have success stories, you know that you are not in a barren field, you are not in an industry where things do not work. Stick to it. All right, remain in that place, but you can always keep tweaking things. trying new strategies, all right, meeting those who have made it to teach you what they did. Change your approach, change how you you know are doing what you're doing in that field. But jumping from place to place is how you end up breaking your leg. So learn to be consistent, please. If you want to win big, stay the course. Like I said, there is nowhere where people, there is no field where people don't make it. There are affiliate marketers who have made it, there are copywriters who have made it, there are doctors who have made it, there are athletes who have made it, there are singers who have made it, there are pastors who have made it, there are farmers who have made it, there are people who have used frying akara to send 6, 7 children to school. There are people who have used selling food to build estates, to build duplexes, both where they are staying and in their village. So it's not the business that is the problem. It is how you are doing the business or your lack of focus, lack of consistency. Because if you're focused, if you're consistent, all that time you're using to try to do other things, you will invest it in one direction. And that's the power of focus. Focus is a multiplier. Instead of scattering your energy, scattering your resources in so many directions, you bring it together to face one place, and the intensity is more. All right. So there's a saying I'll end with: long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. You find a new skill and you jump into it with your hands and your feet, and for the first 2, 3 months you are so passionate. Yeah, your intensity is off the charts, and then you burn out, and then you leave it. No, it's even better you go slowly, but you remain consistent. All right. So I hope this has helped you, because it has even helped me. It has even helped me. All right. And finally, go and finish that course you started. After watching this now, go see your Google Drive. That place that spider cobwebs have has finished the place everywhere. In fact, your Google Drive now is like, it's like abandoned store. Go there, clean it up, remove all that cobweb, finish those courses you bought. Or if you're not going to finish them, delete them. Those books you stored there, go and read them. All right. Consistency.